This is Louie and Theo Vrettos. They own a company called Industrial Solution. They're actually here tonight to interview the guys who did the first 6 weeks. The ones that were here last week, I talked about the way that you present yourself, the way that you carry yourself. These guys are not going to leave here with employees today. They're here to allow you to make an impression on them. Maybe they might hire one of you. But that's going to come down to how you present yourself. And what I want everybody to take away from these camps that we're going to be doing, it's not even about what you learn with all of this stuff. It's about how you learn to communicate what you do know and what you don't know. Because ultimately, when you go and sit down with somebody like these gentlemen for an interview, right, they're going to ask you some things. You may not know those things, but can you convince them that you are willing to put in the work that it's going to take to learn what is required for their company?
So we're going to be looking to hire some people. And like he said, it's not exactly what you know and how much you know. In our company, in our industry, unlike these air conditioning units that you have here, we repair pumps, fans, blowers. There's no school for what we do. There's no trade school that you're going to go to like TCI or whatever the trade schools are, and they teach you how to fix a car or an air conditioner or something of that nature. So what we look for in a job candidate is care, is on time, is willing to use your brain, willing to pick up a piece of paper off the floor and not kick it for the next guy to pick it up. Small things like that. And when we see somebody has a willingness to do that, we're interested in that person. So a lot of times guys come to us that already have a job, and I don't want them to quit their job. So sometimes I tell them to come in and work for a day, take a day off, and let me see what I got. Because if I don't like what I see, then they can go back to their old job and continue doing what they're doing. Along with my company, we deal with a ton of air conditioning contractors. So you understand how it works. We have a big building in Manhattan. Each floor has a tenant. It might be a tenant for 5 floors, it might be a tenant for 20 floors, or it might be a tenant for 1 floor. That 1 floor, for example, is monitored and taken care of by an air conditioning company. For example, Carrier, which you know the name, Train, PJ Mechanical, BP Air Conditioning, there's a whole host of them out there. When a pump fails, or a blower unit fails, or a cooling tower fails, they typically don't do their own work. They call us in to do that heavy-duty grunt work, if you will. So we have a wide base of mechanical customers, and we're always talking to each other, our offices, their offices, and I say, oh, I need a helper. Oh, I need a mechanic. Oh, I need this. And what they're looking for is somebody to go into the helper zone, and once you're in the helper zone, an opportunity pops up, and you can become that next level guy for that company, or girl for that matter. And I think Taurus probably mentioned this already. In the industry in America, there's 500,000 slots open for jobs like this. And the jobs aren't entry level, whatever minimum wage is. It's heavier work. We pay more than minimum wage, and it depends on what you know. And we've got guys that come into our shop that know nothing, zero. One guy that works for me for 25 years used to bake donuts. But he had a willingness to learn. And he learned, and he's moved up in the ranks. There's a lot of opportunities, what I'm telling you guys. So what Taurus is preaching here, I mean, pay attention to him, learn from him. You're not going to learn how to fix an air conditioner overnight, but as long as you have that willingness to understand the concepts and what a boss in this industry or company is looking for you to do for them, you can move up in this world. And there's a lot of opportunity. I'll give you an example that I don't know how many of you know what prevailing wage rate means. City of New York puts out work. All kinds of work. They own buildings, they own housing, they own public buildings, courts and whatnot, public schools. And the city of New York says, we have this pump to repair. We want you to give us a price on this pump. We give them a price based on them telling us what a pump mechanic should make, what they want us to pay our people to repair that pump. That's what's prevailing wage. In our category right now, we do schoolwork. We pay our employees $83 per hour to work in the schools. That means if you went one day, an 8-hour day, you're going to make $650 just one day doing city work. And there's 1,800 city schools, just schools alone, not public buildings, not courthouses, not public housing, just schools alone. That's what we're focusing on, our company. And it's not just our company that gets it. It's a lot of companies that get it. So you're talking a lot of money working for the city of New York, and we get a piece of that. So when our employees hear, oh, it's a city school, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me, so we try to, give it to everybody, a little portion of it. So some guys make 10 hours a week with prevailing wage, some make 20, some make 5, some make none, depending on the week, depending on what everybody knows how to do in our company, because everybody's not the same. Some people are better with electrical, because you can be good with the refrigeration and the tubing and the soldering, but the electrical is a different component. So it's a mishmash of different industries different trades that you must know to do what we do. Even the air conditioning guys, you need to know about gases, recovering, condensers, electronic controls, so on and so forth.